So the Traxxas collection continues to grow here at the RC Driver Workshop. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but a little while back, we posted our collection video of all the different Traxxas vehicles we have here on hand. And well, since that video, we've added a bunch more. I've showed you guys the x-maxx. And as you can see back here, we've got a couple more kits coming up on the channel. Shh, I didn't tell you that. But anyway, with more kits, that means more batteries. And well, with all that going on, I've been looking at some of the other Traxxas options out there as far as their chargers are concerned. What I've been using so far is their 4-amp charger and their 8-amp dual charger, and this has been working really well. But, you know, since I've been in the RC hobby for so long, I kind of want to see what's going on with the batteries in terms of numbers and stuff. Now, these chargers work really well. They give you a visual idea of what's going on, and they certainly get the job done. They're super easy to use, and they work with all the different Traxxas batteries. But again, I kind of geek out on, you know, visually seeing what's going on with the batteries. So I've had my eye on the live chargers that are available from Traxxas, and I finally just got one, and I got the dual charger, and this thing looks pretty sweet. Up to 26 amps of charge power, 200 watts on tap, and what's really cool is it works with the EZ-Peak Live App. And I've already downloaded it onto my phone. I've already started messing with this charger, and it's pretty cool. I do have to say that. So first, let's take a look at the charger here. Pretty simple what's going on. I mean, it's just the charger in here and the manual. I mean, that's really it. So the charger, it kind of looks like all the other chargers from Traxxas. These chargers over here, it's got that really cool blue case on there. Obviously, it's got, you know, all their logos and stuff that you're used to seeing, and the dashboard that pretty much mimics the dashboard of the other chargers. You know, you've got your start button. You've got the ability to switch between LiPo balance, fast charge, and storage mode here. And then this addition right here, the max charge mode, which is the maximum you could pump through a single battery. This rate has really increased over what the other chargers have, so it will be able to charge your batteries a lot quicker. Just a couple other things to note about it. There's dual fans on here to keep everything cool. Over here is your Bluetooth link button. So there's a little button over here, and a LED light lets you know when it's linked or not linked. And again, all these little lights on top light up, of course, in conjunction with what you're charging. On the face here, these are for the ID plugs, and underneath these little covers here are for the older balance plugs. Now you can go and use the older Traxxas battery plugs on there, the original style battery plugs. This will work on there as well. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but you do have the ability to use the older packs. And then finally over here we have a USB port. We just pop this cover out. It's pretty nice that they have these little covers on there, but this is a 2-amp USB port here, which is really cool because, you know, if you want to go and throw your phone on charger or something like that, you could do that as well, or another USB type of device, you could put it on charge. All right, obviously everything looks pretty simple, and you could go and operate it as is. You don't need the app to go and operate this, just like the other chargers. You could do everything right here on the face of the charger, and you could do all types of Traxxas batteries. So you could do anywhere from the 2S batteries up to their 4S batteries. I even have, you know, their nickel metal batteries, both the smaller packs and the larger packs. So nickel metal, LiPo, you know, this really takes care of everything, and it really works really well with, like I said, with the ID plugs. It's really simple to just hook up any battery and get it on charge. But if you do have an older battery like this one here, still using this pack today with the older plug and the separate balance plug, there is a bit of manual programming that you're going to need to do through the app in order to charge your pack. So this charger is really great as long as you're using the Traxxas packs. Obviously, you know, it's all an interchangeable system that basically, you know, charges your batteries properly, charges them safely, keeps them balanced. You know, when you go and hit the balance, if you need to store it for more than a week, you could go hit the storage, and everything works really well. It's really simple to do. Now, what's like I mentioned before, what's really cool is it works with their app, and this is their app right here, and I'll give you guys a close-up in a second here, but really easy to navigate. Again, you plug the charger in, you hit the bind button on the charger, you link it up to the app here, and then you can go and see what the charger is doing. So you go and set up the charger, and you know, start charging it, and you know, maybe the charger's here and you got your phone here and you're working on something. You can see the voltages, you can see, you know, how much it's being charged, and you really have an idea of what's going on with it. What's also really cool about this app is you can go and update the firmware on the charger. So later on down the road, if Traxxas has updates for it, you could do it through here. You don't need to go out and buy a new charger just to get the new cool latest and greatest thing. And you can set up multiple chargers on the app as well. So I'm kind of jumping around here a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on with these. And it's really cool stuff to make your RC life a lot easier. Now let me skip back to the charger for 1 minute now. So when you're charging, let's say you're in max charge mode. That is charging the battery to a set amount that Traxxas has identified in their chart. They give you a little chart inside the manual here, lets you know what the maximum charge for each battery is. So you can go and charge, with the max charge, let's say a 2S LiPo. You go put a 2S LiPo on here, and it could charge at 16 amps. And actually, you could, if you use two 2S LiPos, you could charge a little over 13, which gives you your 26 amp charge. So let's say you're charging a battery on the right-hand port. That is going to always charge at the maximum current. And if you go put on another battery, it might not get the full power because this always gets the full power over here first. And then once this battery is complete, or it actually starts to come down from the high amp charge that it's at, the charger will actually start to deflect, I guess that's the right word, deflect power over to this, so it charges this at the highest rate possible. So it's always trying to figure out how to charge your batteries as fast as possible for you. And that's just a pretty neat system. So you can go and charge two 2S batteries, two 3S batteries, two 4S batteries. The charge rates are different for each of those. They're different for the nickel metal. Actually, why don't I just go and pull this chart open here for a second. So I'm going to use this as my cheat sheet. So if you went to go and charge a 2S LiPo battery just by itself on the max charge, you could charge it at 16 amps. Now if you went and charged two 2S LiPo batteries, again, it's the 13.4 amp charge on each side. And again, so if this one starts to finish up first, then power will deflect over to the other one and start to charge that at a higher rate. So 3S LiPo batteries, max charge by itself, 16 amps as well. If you got two of those on there, 8.3 amps. 4-cell LiPos charge at 13.4 amps. If you have two of them on there, 13.4 amps. If you have one of them on there, if you have two of them on there, it's 6.2. And then we go down into the nickel metal hydrides, and the charge rate for those are anywhere from 2 amps for the smaller batteries all the way up to 5 amps for the larger capacity batteries. And so it's a pretty versatile charger. I mean, it's, again, Traxxas is trying to figure out a way to charge the batteries as fast as they can for you, and this is their charger that makes setup so simple. And for me, when I'm going and charging all the stuff that I'm going to go and play with, it's just a huge help to be able to go and charge everything without issue. And again, I get to see everything through the app. That's what I think is really cool. All right, let me show you up close what the app looks like in operation, show you battery charging. This stuff is pretty neat. If you need a dual charger with a high output, this is something you're definitely going to need to check out. All right, let's head over to the bench, take a closer look at this. Okay, so we're set up over here on the workbench with the Traxxas EZ-Peak Live Dual Charger. And, if you've had a Traxxas charger before, the layout probably looks much similar, and it should be really easy for you to operate. Let's just take a quick look. So there's your LED lights. We've got your buttons to change between your LiPo settings over here. And down here is the start and stop. This is the max charge. And then over here on the side, we've got the link button for the Bluetooth. Nice simple layout, easy to figure everything out. And as I mentioned before, it does LiPo and nickel metal hydride batteries. So let's plug in a LiPo battery and we can start seeing what this thing does. All right, so there we have it plugged in. As you can see, it's already identified. It's a LiPo battery. It's going to balance charge it, which is a great idea. If you're ever in doubt, always just go with balance charging. If you're in a hurry, you could go with fast charging. And of course, it has a storage mode as well. It does discharge at 750 milliamps, so it is kind of a slow discharge, but it gets the job done and at a safe rate. So pretty much this battery is ready to be charged now. So all I have to do is hit the charge button. And I just had to do that for a few seconds, and it's ready to go. It's already starting to charge now. Now let's say I wanted to use the max charge. So we go and plug the battery in. We push the max button for a second, let it flash. Once it stops, it's ready to start charging. And just hit the charge button. And now it's starting to ramp up for the max charge. Now here's where the cool part is. Going to take out my app. There we go. Flip it over. It's already identified my charger, and it's letting me know that things are charging here. Let me go over here. And there it is. We can already see that things are happening. Let's see if I get the angle there. So check out that interface. It's a very cool setup. I definitely like the way this thing looks. And you know what's really cool, it gives you the time remaining over here, gives you the percentage, and it gives you all this useful information. Over here it shows you, what it's charging at. So right now it's charging, let me get the focus in there. There we go, we're focused now. And it tells you it's charging at 10 amps, LiPo balancing, 5,000 milliamp pack, it's a 3-cell pack, 25C rating, and even gives you the part number. So that's some pretty cool information right there, right on the dashboard. And again, you could toggle back and forth between the two different ports on the charger. Obviously I've got nothing on the other charger, but that's some really cool information you can get to there. And of course it's got the notifications over here, and if there's an update or something that pops up. Let's see what's over here in the menu. We've got about, we've got some app setting stuff going on over here, and obviously you go toggle through all that. You could even get to Traxxas.com. That's pretty neat. So let's get back over to the home button. There we go. And as you can see, it's still charging. So everything is working right. You get to see what's going on. You get to see the milliamp input going in, and just a really neat setup overall. And if I wanted to, I could go and even put this in on charge while I'm charging the other battery. There it is, nickel metal. I know I'm ready to go. We'll hit that and that'll start charging. Now let's say you have an older legacy pack like this one here. Basically you just need to plug it in, remove that cap, which allows you to get the balance port in. And now that that's set up, you can come over to the app and enter settings. And I've actually already gone through the accepting responsibility for charging this pack because it's not in the system. So you have to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to. I'll come over here, I'll increase the milliamps, get it to where it needs to be. Ooh, almost there. Oh, way too far. There we go. Next. And the charge rate is 6.6. I'm good with that. I can actually save the profile, fast charge, balance charge, storage charge. I'm just going to leave that alone, and I am done. And now it looks like we're ready to start. And already over here, it's telling me what's going on with these batteries. So it's charging at 6.6, it's balancing, cell count 3. The cells are right where they need to be, and everything is working well. Even has the voltage there. So it's pretty neat, all the information that this gives you really lets you know what's going on with the battery. And, a lot better than the LED lights in my opinion, but they do work as well. So that's the rundown on the Traxxas EZ-Peak Live dual charger. So far so good. I really like this charger. I liked my Traxxas chargers before. Super simple to use, and this is the same. I mean, you could take it out of the box as is, plug in and play, and get any of your Traxxas ID batteries charged, and even your older Traxxas batteries if you have those as well. But what's really cool is the Live app that lets you see right there on the screen in like high definition what your batteries are doing, what the charge rate is at, what the numbers are of the cells, and that's what I think is pretty cool. What's also pretty cool is it lets you know when the battery is complete right there on the app as well. And, all that, I definitely like that part. That's totally worth it to me. And if you're serious about maintaining your packs and knowing where they're at all times, as far as condition-wise, this charger allows you to do that. And if you've got a big Traxxas collection like I do, where you've got Traxxas vehicles that use multiple battery packs, such as the x-maxx over there, having a dual charger is pretty much a must. And, this thing charges those batteries much quicker than the previous chargers. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our little overview of this Traxxas charger. If you haven't done so yet, please click the subscribe button, the notifications button. Throw the video like another question or comment about this charger. Throw it in the section below. And, of course, when you have some extra time, head over to rcdriver.com.